I might say something like, hey, you guys might have been hearing about this new product that Mark Everson and Jonathan come out with. If you're wondering what I think about it, I say buy it. I think it could really help with your business. If you're wondering, that's my recommendation, basically. And with a couple emails like that, I can bring in like 30K, I think we did with that in that case, and be like number 2 on the leaderboard, I think, behind Mike Dillard in that case, with a much smaller list. And so he sees that stuff, he's like, how do you do that? Like, well, this is how I do it. Before that point, I've established a relationship that I just don't see a lot of people doing or trying to do. Most people are like overthinking the strategy and overthinking the maximizing the return on that list. And this is how I think you're actually going to maximize the return on the list, is actually taking a step back from that question and approaching every email that you write to them from a position of authenticity and care and literally loving your audience, like the real people that you care about, because they're going to feel that. And how do you get to that space? Intention, awareness that it's going to be what actually works. I don't know, that's individual. But for me, it's just like I can't operate business any other way. And I think a lot of people actually feel that way and they're resisting it because they think it won't work. Being you works. It totally is going to be all that works. Because right now, the people on my list or on Ann's list or on Mark's list, and they're going to be on your guys' list. So how do you stand out? How do you attract people who connect to you? Realize you don't need everyone to connect with you. People who connect with Mike Dillard may not connect to me. So what? They opt out of my list because I'm being me. So what? That's how you stand out, by being you, just like in real life. So how do you get there? Things I was talking about earlier, knowing who you are and thinking about it every day, and Mark was sharing some of the stuff he does too. Like, that helps bring it to the surface, but being okay with being who you are, this is deep stuff, but I think everyone kind of, particularly people here, get that. Like, they know when they're there. When you're writing that email and you first sit down, yes, you need to know, and I'll talk in a minute about a congruency, you need to know where your prospect's at in your funnel and where you're taking them next and what your direct response hook is and some of those sales strategies that the emotional triggers that make people take a step forward. You need to know that stuff, but I'm saying know it and then take a step back from it and just connect to your audience as if they're real people that you care about. So that's number 1. Number 2, congruency. The reason why I'm able to send out a couple emails and dominate on the leaderboard with really little investment effort. I have never given away bonuses if someone buys from me. Everyone else trying so hard. I'm just like, I don't have time. The reason why I'm able to do that is because of the work beforehand. Again, that authenticity and the connecting. So that they open my friggin' email and they care about my recommendation because of the work that I did before, because of the authentic connecting I did before, but also because of the congruency. Someone signs up on your lead capture page, let's say as an example, offered 7 other ways to totally dominate with PPC without Google and actually do even better than you ever could have before, whatever. They failed the lead capture page. You've got the video there to give them that. It's just an example. You better know that in that email that you're writing, that's where they were. You cannot write the same thing to them that you would in a broadcast email or anywhere else, obviously. But you need to get deep into it, like, did they consume the video? You don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Address it real quick. Address where where they came from and why they're there. You're basically reminding them, like, hey, hope you enjoy. And by the way, be loose with your language. Hey, whatever's you. What's your personality? Let it out. So I might say, hey, hope you enjoyed. Not I hope you enjoyed. I'm just showing you an example. But hope you enjoyed the 7 other ways that dominate with PPC. Now they know who you are, right? Totally starting with where they're at. If you weren't able to see it, catch it all. As I said, catch it all. That's my personality. You can catch it all. Watch it here. If you did, and you're going to really love my next video. Do you guys see this? Like congruency, at like a whole nother level of congruency. Here, here I expand. You're going to love this next video. In the last video, and now you're like selling it for all those people who missed the video. And, you know, I list out all the like bullet points of everything was in the last video. You know, the last video we talked about bam, 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 and they're like hot points, making them like, oh yeah, that was a good video. That is good stuff. And you say, well, in this next video, I expand on bullet number 2, and this is where you really can maximize your results. Click here to learn bam, bam, bam. Like, who's not going to do that, right? And like, I write an email like that, and like, I care. I'm talking to them. I'm not thinking about the money. It's like, I don't even know I'm going to make the money because all this other stuff's like, you know what I mean? And they can feel that, like, this guy knows what he's doing. And he's talking to me. Like, they just feel that. And they're like, they feel like this guy cares. Next email that goes, better be congruent. And I think you know what I mean by that. You don't know if they watch the videos. Have a sentence in there for them. Resell it by reminding them a couple bullet points of what you hit. And then give them something else. You could even have a second email, by the way, that says, hey, if you weren't able to get to the videos, but it's like you're totally like right where they're at, and you do that every step of your funnel. By the time that they go through your funnel and they buy or don't buy your stuff, that's how you can just send out an email and say, hey, you might have been hearing about this new product coming out, wondering what I think. I say go for it. Because it's gonna, you know, it's gonna totally help you learn X, Y, Z. Click here, and you know that's why, because they already know me, they trust me from really putting a lot of attention into talking to them, where they're at, walking them through my funnel. That's value. You always wonder what's value. That's value.
So are all these emails written ahead of time? Obviously not the
well,
podcast for a new product.
Right.
Written ahead of time.
Totally. I'm talking about the follow-up emails here. Yeah. But even your broadcast emails are talking the same thing. Like, where's that audience at? And they might be at different places, so you got to take that into consideration. But have it in mind. Where are they at? You know, and in the broadcast emails, it's more about connecting with them. Totally is a real person. Your language, your posture, your attitude, let it out. You'll attract people who get you, and they'll get, you know, you'll get each other. It's like that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's totally what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah.